Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and today we speak about truth. So in today's truth, I wanted to continue on my last video's comment where I said that people who lie to make a living may have great lives. However, their energy level is not going to be at its maximum wattage. So I was comparing, they're probably operating at 50 versus 100 when they do that. So I want to emphasize on that. I want to explain the bigger picture and I want to explain how the wattages work. Like, how does someone get to their fullest wattage? Because I only use 100 as an example because the lamp bulbs are 100, but technically your wattage is unlimited. Like the highest frequency you can go, there's no limit. You grow and you learn and you heal forever. Even when you're really old, you're still learning. So that's why there's multiple lives. There's multiple planets, multiple galaxies, because the glow never stops glowing. It's like a lamp that goes on for eternity. But just for the sake of example, I'm going to use, refer to 50 versus 100 watt as humans. Also, we're more like computers than lamps. But it's easier to visualize when I speak about lamps because we beam. We operate like computers, but we beam our essence like lamps. Okay? So in order to understand this world of materialism, right? It's a 3D world. We have to understand what we're dealing with. So this is a world of duality. There's light and dark, true and false, lies, and truth. So everything, there's a duality. Okay, so that's the game that we're playing with. That's what we're faced with. So in the spiritual realm, it's the same thing. You have the negative force and the positive force. And that's how you learn your lessons, through karma. And that's how your lamp grows, through karma. So when you do something wrong, and let's say you've done something wrong, your energy dims. Why does it dim? Because it's always going to be in the background now. Like, let's say hypothetically, right? I'm exaggerating, but let's say hypothetically, you have unfortunately murdered somebody, even if it's self-defense, right? That's always going to be in the back of your mind. Oh, well, if that person would have been alive today, what kind of life would he had or she had? Like, if, what kind of life would I had? This is things you constantly think about because there's a portion of your frequency that went to the dark force, and now that archon's going to remind you for the rest of your life what you've done, right? So that's an opportunity for the archon to attach itself to Lush, and it's self-inflicted. Never forget, the dark force never forces you to do anything. And that this is the whole point of free will. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't believe in God. Look at this world. I don't believe in God. God gave you free will. People have decided to do this. So, it's not God's fault. God has placed rules and regulation and has given you free will. And now he's watching to see what people are doing with their free will. And you can see yourself what people are doing with their free will. So this is not God's fault, okay? This is why it's really important to take accountability. Step one, you must take accountability in your own life. Don't if you don't want to, but imagine someone going 44 years like me, denying everything wrong. No, I'm not like that. I'm perfect. That doesn't work because it's 44 years you've wasted in La La Land. Right? It's not the same reality that you can connect with other people. If you can, it's surface level. Because deep inside, that's not, the true character. So anyways, the point is back to duality. How do you master the game of duality? Right? Because it is like a Nintendo game. You got to learn how to play with the rules. Cause and effect, right? A lot of people are just stuck in cause and effect endless loops. So the bigger picture, light, dark. Your choice which one you want to dabble in. And normally people dabble with the darkness first because it's easier and it's right there, right? The devil tempts you with this, tempts you with that. It's always temptations, as you realize, right? It's always like, oh, I'll make you rich if you sell your soul. I'll turn you into a model if you, sleep with this person and sell your soul. Like, this is all free will. I was watching an old Hollywood documentary, and there was like casting couches and two-way mirrors. Everything was taped. Pretty much every actor in old Hollywood has some type of tape on them. And this was common practice. People knew. People knew, okay, you want to go get a job, go to that couch, do whatever, and you get a job. And this was like common practice. Now, when you look back, you're like, wow, people don't need to sleep with people to get jobs. You can earn them, right? And this is like a brand new discovery. You can earn it. Yes. If you decide to go towards the light, but you have to earn it. God's not just going to give it freely to whoever that's doing harm in the world, right? You have to prove to your ancestors, to your angels, that you're willing to put in the work, right? These are beautiful gifts, beautiful blessings, miracles that you're going to receive, but you have to put in the work. So anyways, back to the duality, right? So people that operate in darkness, which is the low frequencies, I'm not going to go over them. You know what they are: jealousy, possession, money, greed. So when you operate in these frequencies, okay, that's going to lead you towards an event where it's going to ask you to sell your soul. And because you're already spiraling down, why not? You're already acting this way. Why not get money for it? Why not get a brand new car for it? Why not get a promotion for it, right? So you see, self-inflicted spiraling down. So what is the most bottom level, if you want to put it? It's not even Epstein, because don't forget, many Epsteins have been caught throughout history. Like throughout thousands of years, many kings, many leaders have been caught, trafficking, babies and children or whatnot, and everything got sealed, everything got stopped, and nobody got arrested. A few people died, and that's it. Everything got covered up until the next Epstein story came up, right? So we have to understand that these dark forces are above the government. So the cops find things, and then above government comes in, clears everything out. This is why the government can't do anything about it, right? So these entities are operating above the government. Why? Because somehow, someone in the government agreed to this. So it was like a free exchange. You can come and experiment on the people as long as we get technology, and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm not going to get to, pointing fingers. There's no point, because everyone's guilty. Even as an individual person, you're guilty on a day-to-day basis, because if you actually audit what you're doing and how you're treating people, I can guarantee you that you can see where you can improve. There's always better ways of treating people in this world. We all agree to this, right? So again, it's to go towards the light. The darkest force, 33rd degree Mason, Manly P. Hall. I really liked him. I think he wanted to give out the secrets before he passed, and he did pass in mysterious ways. So I'm just putting the two and two together. So he basically said that we all have a spark, the Christ consciousness, that we have to build. You have to keep, putting light into it so you can keep beaming, right? Not kill the life force. Because what happens? We're born with a lot of life force, right? And then something happens, we dim. Then we go to school, we get excited, right? More life force. Then something happens at school and we get dimmed. Then we go, to high school, get dimmed again. College, we're like, wiped out by then. I remember I couldn't wait to finish university. I just couldn't wait to finish school, right? So you kept getting dimmed and then light and then dimmed and then light. So people are flickering. When you look at the world, everyone's flickering. Like there's no light bulb that's beaming 100%, right? Because deep down, they've done something that they're ashamed. And this is the problem, because they don't understand that you have to work towards the light. If you don't work towards the light, you're working towards the darkness. It's duality, right? I'm not trying to be black and white, but it's kind of black and white. You're either a good person or you're an evil person. There's no such thing as you're in between. If you're in between, it's because you're never speaking. Maybe if you're mute and you just stare at people, okay, then I believe. But as soon as you open your mouth, you're going to say either something harmful or something positive. So, it's either you charge people or you deplete people. And this all comes to childhood trauma. We all have childhood trauma. We all have to work on it, right? So if you keep doing what people did to you, you're not growing spiritually. You might be growing financially, right? A lot of money can come in from your business by doing that, but spiritually, you're not growing. Hence, come back to the wattage, right? So the dark forces, the 33-degree Mason, Manly P. Hall, that said that you have to work on that light, what is the dark force doing to bypass that? They're doing rituals. They're doing, sex magic. They're getting religious artifacts from all over the world, collecting them in their house, on their land, so they can get energetic charge from them. It has nothing to do with religion. It's just that you put artifacts that already have charge, electric charge, and then you do your sex magic and you summon these monsters. But you're summoning them. So they're coming down and they're like, hello, let's be friends. Right? So this is, again, free will. But now you've summoned the dark force, which means that you've allowed the dark force to take over your vessel. Very important. Your body's a temple. So now the dark force owns your vessel. This is why they have like anger fits. They have jealousy fits. They can't control it. It's the demon that's attached to them. Because the demon made them rich. The demon gave them gifts. This is not free. It's exchange. It's energy, right? So if you get your gifts through the dark force, you're going to have to pay it back. Bob Dylan said it. I got to do this until I retire. And the guy said, when is retirement? And he said, whenever, the chief in command says so, right? Because it's not given by God. You haven't earned it. It's given by the devil. So it can be taken away by the devil, right? Like blackmail. As soon as you don't listen to the devil, they'll take your gifts away. So trust me when I tell you, that's the wrong way of playing the game. It's shortcut. It's great for the short term. But as you can see, long term, bad health, prison, guilt, right? You get to remember every single victim, all the lies, right? We're like a computer. So if you, let's say, do a lot of harm into the world, you have part of your memory, like RAM, that's constantly playing those memories. That's just how we are. It's in your history. It's in your resume. You can't wipe that out. So at the age of 20, when a certain yogi told me, clean your karma, I did a lot of volunteer work. I decided to be a better person. For 20-something years, I sacrificed, right? I was like, okay, this is not worth me stopping my mission. Let me sacrifice all of this and continue on my mission. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. So trust me when I tell you, I've been living in the light for 20 plus years with God guiding me. And this is why I got so much good karma. And this is why I'm vibing so much. And this is why I'm at 100 watt, unlimited watt, going towards unlimited, because I don't have anything in my RAM that says, Sarah, you did this. Sarah, remember when you did that? I don't. I have a clear conscience. And trust me when I tell you, the world of materialism, it's gone. We are in the age of Aquarius, the age of energy. The richest people on the planet now are the ones that are beaming the highest, right? Energy is frequency. It's not the ones that put the most content or the ones with the most creativity. It's not that. It's the one that's beaming the highest. You can do nothing all day. Chill by the beach and be beaming like a sun. That's your contribution, your existence. This is what people don't understand. It's just enough to exist. Look at it this way. If all these demons are like dying to have your body, then why aren't you dying to have your body, right? Your spirit should be like, oh my God, waking up every day like, oh my God, this world is so amazing. This body is so amazing. I'm so lucky that Sarah chose me to be in her body, That's how people should think. And this is how angels think, because they're very grateful for the light, the people operating in light. Because as you can see, so many people are operating in darkness. So again, age of energy. It's not about the materialism anymore. It's not about the Ferrari cars and the Gucci bag, right? It used to be, but not anymore. Now it's the quality of your energy and how much are you beaming. So again, it's not about contribution. Like when I was 20, I had so much energy, but I was flickering. So it's not about the energy level. It's not like I was hyperactive, so I must have had more energy. No, it's not like that. When we're young, everyone has a lot of energy. We're wasting. We have so much energy, we want to waste it. As you grow older, you're just more relaxed. You're just more into yourself. You're more embodied. Hence the flickering isn't as much there when you're older. Normally, okay? There's people that flicker like crazy at their age of 80, 90. They haven't learned their lesson, or maybe they're traumatized. But normally, with time, you should get to know yourself more and you should be more comfortable in your skin if you constantly operate in the light. So when that happens, your spirit embodies your body like more. It's more of you in your body. Like, let me give you an example. This has happened to me, so I'm not judging. But have you ever had a conversation with a friend where you're like, where do you want to eat? And your friend's like, I don't know, where do you want to eat? And then you're like, I don't know, what do you want to, those conversations? Those are conversations that drive me crazy. Hey, listen, man, those people are flickering. The wattage is 5, 6. They're not all there. Pressure of life to have too much responsibility, like they zone out. Trust me when I tell you, when you're embodied, you know exactly what you want to eat. Like every day, I know what I want to eat. Sometimes I just want to eat fruits and vegetables. Sometimes I really need to ground myself. So I'll go get a vegan pizza and I'll stuff my face with it. Sometimes I want pasta, right? I listen to my body. So I always know what I want to eat. You should always know what you want to eat. You should know what your body needs. But in order to know that, you need to be in tune with your body. In order to be in tune with your body, you cannot have a stressful life. That detaches you from the physical world because you're too busy multitasking life. So you have to come back to your center and be focused. But not everyone has that chance in life. So this is, again, up to each person, the evolution growth. So again, you operate on the light and you keep beaming. And what does it mean to operate in the light? Simply means don't take no shit, but don't do no harm. Like don't abuse animals, don't abuse the nature, don't abuse people. If you have a chance to help someone, grab that opportunity. Like you can just pass by, you can, or you can take the time to help, right? You can take the time to speak up and be like, okay, I'm not involved in this, but what I'm saying is not fair. Little moments by moments. Or you can choose not to do anything, but don't add to the harm. So the person that does the most will have the biggest Christ consciousness. It's normal. And again, it has to be from the heart. If someone's going into a temple for 20 years so they can hit the Christ consciousness, that's something they want, right? That's like, oh, I'll do this if you give me this. It has to be unconditional. It has to be like, whether I get it or not, this is the type of life I want to live. I don't want to hurt people from the bottom of my heart. So you understand, it has to come from the heart. It can't be like conditional. So many people operate conditional. They're not aware. They're not aware because don't forget, they're one step ahead of who they were yesterday. All right, so never forget this. If someone's growing in a certain level, right, they're going to be one step ahead of who they were the day before. So if you're a very advanced being, you have to understand that when you see somebody. You got to give them time to catch up. But that's their journey. That's on them to understand that, All you can do is guide. And this is why you can never take someone else's lessons. Everyone has their own lesson because everyone is at their own individualistic frequency. Frequency is unique to each. So many things determine your path. And there's no one perfect way. Many ways take you to the path. Some are longer, some are shorter, some are more stressful. But at the end of the day, I believe you get there. Even if you have to come back and start another life, you end up getting there because the spiral is going up, right? No matter what happens to this planet, no matter what happens to the future, no matter what happens tomorrow or today, never forget evolution is going up, okay? If you ever wonder or doubt yourself, think about the old times where punishment was guillotine, right? You did something wrong, they would give you the guillotine. Common practice. They would hang you in public. Common practice. So never forget, we are always going towards evolution. Okay, so it's up to you on an individual basis. Which light do you want to work on? Dimming your wattage, but getting shortcuts in the physical world? Or beaming at the most possible rate by always doing the right thing and earning what you get, working for what you get, right? Taking the least resistance path, the path that's meant for you, the one that you know with your intuition that you belong to. Because trust me when I tell you, when you get off the path, you feel it. So all you got to do is come back on the path and keep working on your light. So why do I say that? Because someone that's beaming at 100 watt is going to have a bigger aura than someone beaming at 50 watt. The person at 100 watt has more aura in the ether, which means the intuition is going to be stronger. The gifts are going to come faster, right? They're going to give you gifts moment by moment, not everything in one shot. Nobody can handle it. Look how long it took for me, right? I started my page in 2021. Now 2026, it's been 5 years nonstop. So again, but once you earn it, no one can take it out, right? No one can come dim your light once you earn it. Once your aura is inside the ether at a huge rate, no one can dim that, right? So that's why it's better when it's given by God, when it's given when it's earned. And it's given to the right people that deserve it, not through connections, people that have honestly earned it and worked hard for it and truly should have the ones using those gifts and doing great into the world. Okay? So the people that can handle the gifts are the ones that are going to receive it. That's how God operates. So if God gives you a gift and sees that you're abusing your power or you're abusing your gift, it's normal. He'll take it away. So the whole point is to keep reaching for the ethers until you've reached the maximum level. So I hope this helps clarify how the light versus the darkness works. Now it's up to you who you want to summon for help. The dark forces that are going to stick around and ask for something back, or God, which is unconditional love. All you have to do is show God that you have unconditional love towards Him. That's all. It looks really simple, but for some reason, really difficult for people to make. So moving forward, I hope this helps you guide through your decisions. So thank you very much, and on to the next one. Ciao.